The PSL is unique in that it has this promotional playoffs where a team that's in the top flight plays a team from the lower division, and they have this mini tournament and they can score goals there. So then the big question was, what happens when a player who's playing for a top flight team plays in the playoffs and scores in the playoffs? Does that goal count as part of the record? And what happens when a player who is playing for an NFD team, first division team, in the playoffs scores against a top flight team from the Premiership? Do you count that towards their record as well? So there's a discrepancy there. I think Nomvete had a couple of goals, I think maybe 2 goals that he scored in the playoffs while playing for Swallows, and someone else may have skipped that number and left it out. So that's 2 goals that gets missing along the way. So that explains part of it, not all of the story, but it explains some of it.
So you're also telling me that Pele's goals that he scored in the NFD, because the season he was in the NFD with Amazulu, he was also top goal scorer. So you're saying that none of those goals counted? So
none of those goals counted. So when we doing this all-time list, which is a very good point that you make, with stats you must have a cut off and a standard to say this, if it takes this criteria, we're counting it. Because then even Daniel Mudau, for example, he scored nearly 200 goals for Sundowns. But when we count his total for the PSL era, we have to start 96, 97. And then you see that it only comes to 110. So it's not his true number. It's not his whole career stats.